have we become less happy in the age of technology? Now it's hard for us to answer this because we've only got I feel like we've only got a slim slice of life which we can sort of account for being happy, but we're still a sort of technology there. I'm thinking more technology as in phone always in your pocket, computer every day type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the kind of when we had no tech or limited technology or like basic technology,
Yeah.
was also our childhood. So everyone looks at childhood with rose tinted glasses anyway.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a bit of a maybe
Difficult.
biased answer from my side anyway,
Mm.
because, but I do think technology is, it's a hard question because it's made life a lot more convenient, but
But what I'm seeing, but just on what you've said there, it's made life a lot more convenient. What I'm seeing flagging up more and more, like over the past couple of weeks or months, is convenience doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Convenience isn't necessarily a good thing.
yeah, I don't think convenience is a good. Too much convenience is not a good thing because you're not having to work, or when I say work, I mean like you're not having to walk to the shop to go and get
Yeah.
food now. Like you can just get it delivered.
Yeah.
Like things are becoming too easy, where it's making people lazier, and when you're lazy, you sort of fall into a rut easier, and it's hard to get out of that rut because everything's just there for you. You're not There's no work or there's no thought that needs to go into anything these days. Like you can have food delivered to your door. You've got all your entertainment on demand.
Yeah.
You've got your friends and family just a text away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think maybe it was Jordan Peter. No, not Jordan Peterson. Might have been Joe Rogan. Someone said it anyway. That well, it's a known thing that yes, we've become more connected with WhatsApp, Facebook, text messages, but in sacrifice for what becoming more disconnected with meeting up with your friends, speaking so like verbally speaking socially with people. Like people when don't we it's that convenient and people have their phones like tied to them so much now. You wouldn't even think really, do I need to ring this person to ask them this question? No. I can just text them because they're gonna have the phone on them and they're gonna buy. I reckon phone calls are dying out completely because you get everything's instant messaging all through your
yeah,
device. And even when you're out in the pub or whatever, say I know someone who's out having a drink in the pub, and I probably could ring them, but I don't. I just text them because I know even though they're out being social, they're in the still being that slight bit in antisocial by being on the or having the phone there or being on the phone.
yeah. And it's actually on a Sunday. Me and Emma went to a cafe, and I left my phone at home because I had like 5% battery. So I said to Emma, "Actually, do you know something? You should leave your phone at home as well, and we'll go out and we won't have any phones with us."
On Sunday,
Yeah,
watch cafe.
just a cafe that we went to, right, for a brew.
All right.
Yeah, it was after you left.
All right. I was gonna say I thought you were talking about that. No.
Yeah, so we went just for like a walk and we went to a cafe. And I said to her, every Sunday we'll go, every Sunday afternoon we'll just go out for like a coffee, and we'll just leave our phones at home. Just because, like, we on the Sunday before we went to a cafe, and she got a phone call, and she was just on the phone.
Yeah.
Whilst I sat there, I was like, what the hell? But it felt, at first it felt weird because like you're checking for your phone and stuff, but it feels like quite liberating not having your phone on you.
Mm.
Because if someone rings you or something, like it can usually wait an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Nothing's like really that much of an emergency.
Yeah. 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 I agree. To be
So
fair, even like this podcast, obviously we're doing a podcast which goes on the internet, so we can't really sit on our phones or check our phones or whatever. I
yeah,
find it quite liberating that I kind of look forward to just this sort of disconnect. I know we're kind of still using technology because It's the only fucking thing. And I use Google next to me for looking up shit that we're talking about. But it's
I think in this like scenario, technology's something that's made me happier because it's
yeah,
allowed me to do something that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do
yeah.
unless we lived closer to each other.
Mm,
As well, like work wise, we both work from home, and I feel like that's made me happier in a sense. It's given me more free time,
yeah,
and my quality of life's better because of it.
yeah. Yeah, I get that. I actually, yeah, that makes sense because when COVID hit and everyone sort of had to work from home, it made me realize that a lot about life.
Mm.
COVID kind of helped me in the sense that it made me realize that ye- I don't want the life that I was striving to have before COVID, which was sort of that,
Yeah, where you're commuting for an hour, hour and a half every day.
yeah,
You're going into the office. You have to stay there till 5. You leave the office like you go home. It's like 6 o'clock, and then you might go out. Maybe you might just eat and then just watch some shit on TV. Like,
yeah. Because there's no way if I was in my past life, I would. It probably wouldn't even come into my head to do something like this because I'm that sort of. I would have been that sort of lost without not having freedom of thought so much that I wouldn't have even thought to do something like this.
plus with technology, it's given us access to the likes of Jordan Peterson,
Yeah,
who changed both our lives. Joe Rogan. It's given us alternative source of media like redacted breaking points, Tim Pool, like shout out to all of them. Um, without having technology, we wouldn't have access to that. But
yeah,
then, would we be necessarily, if technology wasn't around, would we need to? Do we even need to know this information that they're giving us?
yeah. I suppose it will be read a book.
Yeah,
Jordan
read a
Peterson would
book.
still read a book. Well, write a book. But
Yeah, we'd be reading books, and you wouldn't be. The jobs would be doing more labor-intensive work,
yeah,
which I guess would make some people happy who don't do any sort of physical activity.
yeah. He literally just lounge on in front of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then those like being outside and actually work, like doing some physical work, would
yeah,
make them feel better.